That's right. I'm very happy to be here. I've been celebrating for the past couple of months. I just retired from the fire department after 30 years. Domesticated now. I'm doing more work around the house for my wife, helping her out. I even tried my hand at cooking a little bit, which is hard for me because I'm Irish. And let's face it, we're not known for our succulent cuisine. I mean, you know, walk around Manhattan. You're not going to see one 4-star Irish restaurant anywhere. In this country, we have famous chefs like Rachel Ray, Emerald, Wolfgang Puck. No Irish guys. There's a reason for that. We're bombed half the time. We can't remember no recipe or anything. You're never going to see a guy get up after a 5-day bender and go, okay, today I'm going to make a balsamic reduction sauce for the unsteady glaze royal bed of roast pork medallions. Never going to see that. One thing we have mastered and we're very proud of, the art of boiling. We will boil the living shit out of anything. We got a turkey, boil it. Ham, boil it. We'll boil that too. And whether it's 20 minutes or 20 hours, it all still tastes the same. One thing I'm very proud of, I've mastered the art of making the meatloaf. I can make meatloaf 19 different ways. The pencils in front of you, you can write these recipes down. All you gotta do, take taco dressing, put it on the meatloaf, now you got meatloaf Mexicano. Put Italian dressing on it, now you got meatloaf Italiano. Drop it on the floor, no fucking problem. Squish it together and use what I like to call as kitchen spackle, cheese whiz. Pour that crap on there, now you got a real special treat. Meatloaf Royale. I was raised by my grandmother. She's right off the boat from Donegal, Ireland. Traditional Irish lady, cooked a traditional Irish boiled meal. Her making was boiled potatoes at every single meal. Didn't matter whether it was lunch, dinner, or breakfast. There was boiled potatoes on the table. I remember as a kid eating my Wheaties in the morning. I look on the box, there's Willie Mays eating his. I go, hey Grandma, Willie Mays no guy eating no potatoes? She goes, yes, and if Mr. Mays and the rest of the giants would have had their potato toast, they would have brought home the pennant. What now? All right, Grandma, I didn't know you were that big a sports fan. Being an Irish Catholic, you had to go to Catholic school, which meant you were taught by the nuns. For those of you who don't know what a nun is, basically they're beano ladies dressed like penguins, never get laid, and they beat the crap out of it. I worked the system a little bit. I became an altar boy, which wasn't bad. You know, you got groped by a priest every occasion. But if you were an altar boy, you got to serve on funeral masses during the week, and you got out of going to classes. So if the nun had something in mind, like, all right, class, on Wednesday morning we will have a major history exam. Yo, sister, no good for me. I got that Piscatella funeral at 10 o'clock. I can't make it. That's all right, Charles. You go do the Lord's work. There's a man on the mission. Yeah, we'll make up that test down the road. Don't worry about it. Then I worked it a little bit more. I became head altar boy, which meant I had to assign the masses to the other altar boys during the week, which was great because I would get bribes all week. Guys would come up to me and say, hey, you want my potato chips? Yeah, I don't want them, you can have them. Oh, okay, thanks. 7:30 sound good? Then you get another guy, hey, I got a roast beef sandwich, you can have that. I said, oh, someone wants to sleep in, 9 o'clock. Then I got this one guy who he goes, hey, you can have my milk duds? I said, milk duds. I'm lactose intolerant. You give me fucking milk duds? Hope you're an early riser, Mr. 6 a.m. But you had to go to confession once a week when you were in Catholic school. And it was a pain in the ass because the priest used to come up with weird penance for you. You'd go in and say, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I stole some change off the old man's bureau and I got caught looking at Playboy. He'd be like, all right, Charles, for your penance, I think it would be prudent if you tell your father of your indiscretion and go home and tell your grandmother of what transpired. Okay, let me get this right, Father. You want me to go home to my old man who's on his 5th cocktail by now and tell him I'm stealing money from him, and you want me to tell my 69-year-old grandmother that I like looking at tits? Ain't gonna happen, Father. I'm going to hell with this one. But it got a lot easier. They had a foreign exchange priest come to town from Bombay, India, Father Gupta. Now, Father Gupta was a wonderful man, but he couldn't speak or understand English too well. So if you went into confession and you embellished a little bit, you could get away with murder. You could say, bless me, Father, I've sinned. let's see, I pilfered some currency from my male parental unit, and I got caught looking at a set of bodacious tatas in a local monthly publication. I don't know what the fuck you were talking about. You know, there'd be a moment of silence, and then we would say, okay, thank you for your confession, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and you say 2 Hail Marys, thank you, come again. About him. I mean, on a Saturday morning, there'd be a line out the church, down the block, just to see Father Gupta. You walk by and say, what the fuck is Led Zeppelin tickets on sale? What is this? But it didn't matter whether you were a mug, a thug, a recreational masturbator, or an axe murderer. 2 Hail Marys, you're back on street with Father Gupta. That's everybody.